You are welcome to our channel. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe. In the news, I never wanted Fubara to be governor. When he was disgraced, I said to Tinubu, you can't do this. Who said this? Kubara, renowned international journalist and Rivers State politician. Donu Kubara has dropped a bombshell regarding her relationship with the suspended governor of Rivers State, similarly Fubara. According to her statement, during a recent interview on Arise TV, she pointed out that she never wanted Fubara to be governor. However, after his suspension, she begged President Tinubu on his behalf. Donu Kubara, a fearless and courageous international journalist, was not mincing words as she disclosed her opposition to the emergence of Similaye Fubara as the governor of Rivers State. This came after she made several demands from the reinstatement of the suspended governor, including an open letter to President Tinubu. According to her statement, during an interview on Arise TV, she point blankly made it known that she never wanted Fubara to be governor in the first place. However, it was imposed on them by the former governor Nyesom Wike, whom he had now contended with. She had a rethink. I never wanted Fubara to be a governor in the first place, but it was imposed on us by Wike, his predecessor, with whom he has now quarreled. And some of us were gracious enough to say, okay, so he's the governor now. And when he was disgraced, he said to Wike and Tinubu, I mean, I have signed an open letter to the person and said, you can't, don't treat us and him like that. So, well, he's clearly not listening, she said. Day in day out, the case of Fubara, is engaging a lot of people and is getting a lot of sympathy from all walks of life. And one of such today is from Mrs. Donu, that said Donu Kubara, that said that ab initio she wasn't interested in Fubara becoming the governor of Rivers because he was, imposed on them by the predecessor, former governor Nyesom Wike. But now that he has become the governor, politics is gone, and it is governors that is now at the center stage, and there is need for them to also make sure that the administration succeed so that the people of Rivers State can enjoy the good dividends of democracy. And this woman happened to be an activist who said he has, written open letters and he had cried on different fora and tried as much as possible to call or dissuade President Tinubu from continuing the issue of the state of emergency. She said she has been talking to them and written an open letter to make sure that Fubara is restored again. Honestly, there is nothing like freedom because democracy gives some form of freedom that people, when democracy is truncated, they realize that they have lost something. In Rivers State as of today, of course, the sole administrator is not an indigenous of Rivers State, and to a large extent there's going to be limitation to what he can do among the people. If an indigene is in power, for example, he will be able to talk to any other person in the state one-on-one, and they'll be able to say yes to whoever is due and no to whoever is due. But in this case, this one is a sole administrator from another place. He's only going to do things as they come to his mind, and if he likes, he might decide to marginalize some people, and if he likes, he might decide to favor some people. To a large extent, he's not to be blamed, as it were. But if what he is seeing is the fact that he wants to just deliver and maintain peace and also act as the mandate given to him by the president, then to a very great extent, the people of Rivers State might not be able to key in into him and also be able to express themselves as regards where they really want him to, serve them. But then for a Fubara, the belief is that if she is the one in power, Of course, he's a son of the soil. He will be able to, discuss with the people firsthand, and he might even be able to down some tensions, because it is very important that we don't rule out that situation. As long as if Fubara understand that terrain, there's some aspect of the terrain will eventually and know peace. That is very, very important. So these international journalists and the River State politician, Mrs. Donu Kubara, even dropped this bombshell when she was, attending to an interview at the Arise television and news TV, because this is very, very important. Okay, looking at the fact that River State is going to lose 6 months, not as it were like that, but out of democracy, even to a state of emergency, and then a state, sole administrator that is given for the state. But in our view, Mrs. Kubara is of the opinion that the president should reverse and rethink and eventually forgive Fubara if there is anything there that the governor might have done wrong as the former governor of Rivers State. Because the opinion of the renowned journalist for the president to just suspend that suspension and then allow Fubara to continue as governor, knowing fully well that that is going to help Rivers State to a large extent. This woman has tried so much to an extent that she had to write an open letter even unto the president. But one funny thing during the interview was the fact that she blankly pointed out and make it known that she never wanted Fubara to be governor even in the first place. But as long as he is now the governor, is the onus lie on her to make sure that she supports Fubara, and then allow Fubara to realize the dream and the aspiration and the vision of the people of Rivers State, which is what is much more important to her as a journalist and a state politician, than to feel that somebody is not from where I want him to be, and then I'm not going to have anything to do with him. So it's the point that their whole house will now be in shambles. No, that ought not to be. So we are also trying to use this opportunity to call on President Tinubu, if there is anything he can do to reverse the state of emergency, and he's not going to break the law, he should do the same, so that Fubara and the people of Rivers State can enjoy the dividends of democracy to the fullest. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much.